Hi there, English trainers. My name is Jacqueline Seidel, English trainer extraordinaire and managing director of O'Connell Advanced Training Solutions. Today I want to talk about a little teaching grammar point, and this time it's teaching the first conditional, our beautiful if sentences. Now, some of you have asked what I do in my lessons, and do I have any hints and tips to make it easier for you? And I think I do. Well, I hope I do. So let's see what you think. So there are two methods which I use for teaching the first conditional. And today I'll just focus on one of them because this is what I used yesterday and it actually worked pretty well. Okay, so the first thing I do when I'm introducing this piece of grammar is I think of a cultural reference that my students will get. So for example, I'm in Germany and at the moment it's the European Cup. And so yesterday I started talking about France and Germany because they were about to play, and talking about how France is over here and Germany's over there, and on a football team there's a dividing line down the middle, so of course the halfway line. And I talk about how France has to stay here at the beginning of the game and Germany has to stay there. So you can choose any cultural reference which is appropriate to your situation, but the main point is you're getting this concept of two things being separate. Then I apply that to the if part of your first conditional and the will part of your first conditional. Because of course, when our if sentence starts with the if, it's divided by a comma from the will. For example, if it rains, comma, I will need an umbrella. So by using the cultural reference, you're having a little bit of fun with your students, but you're also getting this image in their minds that the if and the will have to be separate, just like Germany and France on the football field at the start of the game. Okay, so then they've got in their mind that if is here and will is there. And at this stage, we start to do some sample sentences and I can get the class involved in a chain activity. So let's just think about how we do this with a group, and then we'll talk about how we do this with a one-on-one student. All right, let's use the example again of if it rains, I will need an umbrella. What I do then is I take this second part of the sentence and I bring it to the first part of a new sentence. If I need an umbrella, I will need to find it. If I don't find it, for example, I will need to buy one. If I buy one, I will need some money. You see how this is going, yeah? So I demonstrate the chain activity to my students. So we've got two parts of a sentence. We take the second part, put it in the first. You take the second half, put it in the beginning, and then create a new sentence. So you can do this around your group. Everyone has a go. You make corrections along the way. It can end up being really ridiculous. But the point here is you're getting your students speaking, you're getting them used to this idea of two parts of a sentence and the if and will being separate. Okay, so if you have a single student, you can just do this back and forth. Okay, and that works really well. And of course your single student gets lots of talk time here. Now, keep going until everyone's got a good feel of how we construct our sentences and we're not making any mistakes. Then you can take a step back at this point and talk about how these are likely situations. If it rains, what do we need in a likely situation? We need an umbrella. I've got one here, but it's too far to show you. So you've got the form there. Your students are speaking correctly in the form. Now you can talk about the purpose of it. If you want to be so direct. Or you could ask your students, why they think we use this form, we speak in this way. It could be because your students are clever. They work it out. They say, aha, this is similar to grammar in our language. We use this if there's a likely situation, la la la. So bingo, you've got your students using the first conditional. You're relaxed, they're happy, they're talking, you can sit back and let them go. And at this stage, if you want to support this activity with something that's written, you can. Or if you have a course book, maybe there's something in your course book. Fantastic, you can use it. The beauty of this activity is you don't need any resources. You don't need any photocopies. You don't need lots of money and a fancy smartboard and blah, blah, blah. You can just sit down where you are with your students. You can plan it. You can do it spontaneously, and bam, your guys, your students are using a beautiful piece of grammar. Fantastic. Okay, so that's a method which I use with my students, and I would love to hear what methods you use, or if you try this and it works, or you want some more advice about how to really introduce it. Really happy to help. So that was how I teach the first conditional. Any comments, you can leave it here, or you can come and see me on Facebook in my group called the ESL Nest. All right, I look forward to seeing you very soon. Have a great teaching day. Bye.